Hello and welcome to part 6 of my Conan Exiles how-to playthrough. In this episode we are get our first human followers known as Thralls. Generally speaking, there are two types of Thralls. Those that you place in the world like archers, fighters, dancers, and bearers. And then crafting Thralls which go on your crafting benches like blacksmith, armorers, cooks, etc. And the process to get thralls is the same for whatever type. You find a thrall you want, you knock it out in some fashion, drag it back to your base and put it on a wheel of pain, break break it to your will, and they become a loyal employee. So last episode we got our mounts, a camel, rhino, and horse. I named the camel Abu, which is Aladdin's monkey friend who gets turned into a camel in the movie. And then, of course, the rhino is Rocksteady, and the horse is Mandarb from the Wheel of Time series. And then I moved the stable and animal pen over onto this little island. The base was just looking a little too cramped. I put in this bridge. This wood is the Isla Sipta Flotsam set DLC. And I thought I'd use a little bit of DLC and Battle Pass stuff. Nothing that gives me an advantage, just cosmetic stuff pretty much. And in the animal pen, I put the second camel calf, so I will get a pet camel with 30 carry slots. That'll be nice. And I had to put out my backup Greater Shellback, who I named Michelangelo. And then I made some changes around the base. I put the furnaces outside and installed a third one because we'll start producing steel soon. I rearranged some of the workstations that were in here and installed some new ones. I took out the original Tanner's table and put in the improved Tanner's table that we unlocked in the Tanner's Journey a couple episodes ago. And this allows us to craft quicker and it has more slots. Also unlocked the Tinker Knowledge and put in a Tinker's Bench. I'll show you what we're using that for shortly. Also installed some kitchen stuff, a stove which required as a prerequisite a improved campfire, which I think is a little faster than the regular campfire and has more slots. Unlocked a fluid press and a drying rack. Also unlocked the alchemy knowledge and put in an alchemy bench and a casting table. And I'll explain what all that's going to be for shortly. So, to get started, we're going to turn on our Thrall Taker Journey. And the first thing is we want to place a Wheel of Pain. So, I think we've already unlocked the Thrall Taker knowledge. Yeah. So Thrall Taker, like I said, we could go to the tier 2 Wheel of Pain and stuff, but I'm just going to show you how to do it with the tier 1 stuff. So let's see. So Construction Hammer, Companions, Wheel of Pain, 200 wood, 200 stone, 50 iron bars, and 50 twine. Okay. 200 wood. 200 stone. 50 twine. Right. Let's come out here and place this Wheel of Pain down. Let's put it over here. This will be our training area for our new employees. Okay, and then we need to craft a truncheon, which is in our handcrafted menu. So sticks, leather, and plant fiber. plant fiber in here. So we craft that. And then craft bindings, so we can craft fiber bindings in our handcrafted menu. So craft one of those. All right. And then just to give us a little edge, I'm going to boost the power of our Truncheon so it has more knockout power, concussive damage. So I'm going to need the Tinker's Bench for that, and I need to unlock the weapon mod knowledge. Apprentice Weaponsmith. And that's going to give us a simple blunted weapon fitting, which is going to increase the concussive damage of our Truncheon. Some more iron bars for that. So craft that. So we made that a little more powerful. And then a couple things we want to do. I'm going to reset my authority points to be like the Thrall master. So I'm going to reset my attribute points and put a bunch of points into authority. That's going to help me knock out our Thralls easier today. And it's the first time we're going to knock out Thralls, so I'm just showing you how you can boost your power in different ways. So to reset our points, we're going to use the Potion of Bestial Memory, which is crafted at the Alchemy Bench. It needs Yellow Lotus Blossom, which we got the other day, Blood, and Water-Filled Glass Flask. So first, let's get the Blood. That's what we need the Fluid Press for. So we're going to go find some volunteers to lend us a hand. Hey guys, can you help me out? I need a blood donation. So take out. So when we unlocked the butcher knowledge earlier to get the iron skinning knife, we got a cleaver. So use that. And we're getting some human flesh, which is what we need. That should be plenty for right now. So I head back to the base, and I'll see you when I get there. Alright, back at base. So we're gonna go to our fluid press and just dump all those severed arms in there. And that will give you some blood. Alright, and the next thing we need is water-filled glass flask. So to get that, we need the casting table. So we make glass flasks, and we need to first make a glass flask mold. So we have the iron bars we need to do that, so we'll craft that. And then the other ingredient for the glass flask is glass. So to get glass, we need crystal. And there is a couple caves in Noob River where you can get crystal. There's one over in this area, which is where I'm going to head. So when I get there, I'll bring you back. Alright, and we have made it over to the cave with the crystal. We are over at Cavern of Fiends, which is at EF4, just west of the Shattered Bridge. And the first part of the cave is pretty easy. It's just imps, but there is an imp boss, one skull boss in there. which I'd forgotten about, actually. So probably should have brought Leonardo, but I'm going to put bedroll down, and I'm going to leave Abu out here. I'm just going to tell him to stop following. So yeah, these Imps aren't too bad to deal with. Make sure you skin them. They do give you hide. Let me make a torch. It's a little dark in here. I'll come back through and skin them as I leave. And this is the crystal. You can harvest it with interact. Pull all these little guys. Yeah, and I died earlier trying this out. And this is the Imp boss. He does this charge move. So let him do his charge move. And there we go. So I just wasn't even expecting him to be as tough as he was. So second tries a charm. And whoops. Skin this guy. You also get the iron pot that he had on top of his head for decoration. And you can skin your own body. Alright, so yeah, here we are in the crystal cave. You used to be able to mine this with a pick. Apparently you can't anymore, or it's not working currently. So I'm going to harvest a bunch of crystal, and then I'll see you back at base. So I'm back at the homestead, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to grab some eggs throughout the Noob River area in these shellback nests. So we're going to need some of those in a minute. Alright, so I don't know, I was in the cave harvesting crystal for 5 minutes. I got 400 crystal, and now I am on 3 times harvest rates. And then the next step is to get glass, so to do that, we're going to put crystal in the furnace. And I had a little bit from, you have a rare chance of getting crystal out of ironstone nodes. Take that glass. So go over to the casting table. Put that in there, and we'll go ahead and craft 5 of these. We'll need them later. Alright. Oh yeah, we need to fill those with water. So put them on your hot bar. them go into the water, and just hit one, it'll fill them up. So now we have water-filled glass flasks. Put those in the alchemy bench. Grab our blood out of the fluid press. And we're ready to craft a potion of bestial memory. So that's going to reset my attribute points, but not my knowledge points. If you want to reset knowledge points and not attribute points, you use the potion of natural learning. And definitely be ready to consume this. Once you craft it, it only lasts for 2 minutes. Alright. So, consume that, and attributes reset. So what I want to do is get authority to the third perk. So the first perk is irritate. Second perk, we can choose commanding presence. Their health is restored as you deal damage, and or passive health regeneration. The commanding presence is better, I think. And then the third perk is attentive care. Your active healers receive 50% increased healing, which is going to be useful soon when we take on some world bosses. And then I do want to get my expertise to 5. Vitality to 5, and grit to 5. So I'm basically making myself less strong by not putting points into strength, but make it when I'm doing attack damage. It is going to make my concussive knockout power better, but it's also going to make my followers do more damage. Alright, so that is basically that. Next, we want to make some food that increases our concussive knockout power. So when you unlock the stove, you get access to a savory feast, which adds to your concussive damage. And that is savory flesh, egg, which I have a bunch of egg in here, and some savory flesh, and dried berries. To get dried berries, harvest some desert berries and put them in a dryer with some bark. Bark fuels the dryer. So I already have some in here, and I already made some dry ones, so grab those. Put that in the stove. We have fuel, some wood. So hit play to... So with the stove, you got to hit play to start the fire burning, and then go to your food that you want to craft and hit craft. So I'm just going to make one of those. Go ahead and eat that. So concussive damage plus 15%. Alright, and there's also some clothes you can get in the area that'll increase your concussive knockout power. But that's a little more difficult to obtain. So yeah, those are the buffs we've done. We've boosted our authority. We've taken eaten a savory feast to increase our concussive damage also. And we've added a blunted fitting to the truncheon. So let's put the truncheon on our hotbar. And the bindings. And there's a few spots. The best thralls in Noob River area, fighters, are known as wanderers, and there's a few spots where you can find them. I think around here somewhere, maybe. Around here somewhere. But the one I'm going to use is closest to base, is at G, almost into F4 on the beach. It'll be a pool of different named tier 4 thralls that spawn in a rotation, and that's what we're going for. So we're going to bring Leonardo to take aggro, and we need to put him on passive for following behavior. So he will attack when we tell him to, but if we tell him to stop, he won't continue attacking. And we'll go ahead and ride the camel down. There she is, I think. Of course, it's one with a spear. These are a pain in the butt. Alright, so I'm going to just put my camel over here out of the way. Get my shield and my truncheon. And let's see how this goes. So we're going to send in Leonardo to take aggro. And we don't want him to keep attacking, so we're going to tell him to flee. Work on knocking her out, and you'll see the gray bar above her health bar. He can tank through it, no problem. So we got her halfway down. I don't want her to go into the water, so I'm going to tell him to move over here. Such a good tank. Got her down. One more hit. Alright, she's down. Okay. So go up to her, equip your fiber bindings, and hit E on her. And there we go. So you can jump. With the Thrall on a binding, you can attack with a one-handed weapon. If you equip a two-handed weapon or your offhand shield or torch, it will drop it. If you can swim with them, but if you climb, it will drop it. And you can mount with them and drag them. If you take them off the binding and they're just sitting there and still in render range, they will wake up in about 10 minutes. Drag her back to base. Introduce her to our training center. Alright, so interact with the Wheel of Pain while the knocked out NPC is on your bindings, and it will put the unconverted human into the Wheel of Pain. And now we need food to feed her, to keep her alive while we break her will. And so we're going to make some gruel. You can feed them pretty much any food that they would eat normally, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to make them better or worse. So gruel is the easiest food. Stacks to 100. And gruel is cooked in a campfire with seed and plant fiber. So cook some of that. Let me drop some stuff off. Wow. And I still have everybody following me. Following me. And take our gruel. Go put this in the Wheel of Pain. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to go through all that stuff. Resetting your attribute points, putting the blunted fitting on the truncheon, eating the food, but you know, it's going to help if you're at the level to unlock all that stuff. And of course you can try on an easier fighter in the area, but they're not going to be very good thralls. But if you want to practice on them, that's fine. So anyway, Gruel goes in the Wheel of Pain and then hit play, and she will craft away. On normal baseline rates, so on official servers, it takes an hour for a T4 Thrall. Takes 45 minutes for a tier 3, 30 minutes for a tier 2, and 15 for a tier 1. And I have my rates at about an eighth, so that should take about, what, 7.5 minutes or something. So I'll let that work away, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, the wheel has stopped moving, which means our first thrall is done cooking. So here we go. We have Ciria the Mad, our first thrall, and first tier 4 thrall at that. So, I mean, it's a new River tier 4 thrall, so it's really not even good as like a mid-game tier 3 thrall, but not too far off. They actually have pretty good damage modifiers. So, but anyway, put her on the on your hotbar and place her down. So we'll take her out for a little spin. She just has a crappy, is that just a stone? Stone pike. And let's look at her stats. Alright, so she has a pretty solid growth chance and strength and agility, but we're going to make her a strength thrall. And vitality, she starts with 15 points in that, and she has an 88% growth in that, so that's really good. So, oh yeah, we want to feed them. So I'm going to feed her gruel. The foods you want to choose from with fighters or archers is grilled steak. That's going to give them health bonus to their growth chance and vitality. It doesn't heal very well for taking damage in combat. Gruel is used to boost your growth chance and strength, which is, we want that, and it's considerably better at healing the thrall during combat. So we'll feed her some gruel. And then there's also fish, cooked fish. That'll boost agility if you're building an agility thrall, like an archer. So go up here, try her out on a crocodile. Alright, she leveled up. Nice. Forgot to give her the gruel. Let's see. She did not get any strength, but she did get more vitality and grit. So grit only matters for the armor. So unfortunately we forgot to put the gruel in our inventory, so she probably would have definitely gotten a point in strength if we had. Because we feed her gruel and look at her stats. She now has a 93% chance of getting strength. Alright. So I'm going to leave her here until we get her some gear. Put her inside, actually. And now that we're high enough level, we're going to give her some strength-based armor that increases her strength damage. Because we'll be giving her strength weapons, we're boosting her strength stat. So, we want to unlock the Savage Armors, which is available at level 20. And so, check that out in the Armorer's bench. So we're going to use the Hyperborean Slaver outfit. That requires fur, which is why we killed the gorillas and stuff the other day. Heavy padding and iron bars. To make the heavy padding, we need thick leather. And to get thick leather, we can kill large animals, which we actually did. We killed that one skull greater shellback boss on our way to get a full. So we do have a little heavy hide turned into heavy leather. But I need to get a crafter next, and with a armor, we can put it on the tanner's table, and it will be able to stitch regular hide together into thick hide, which we can then put in the tannery and make into thick leather. And there just happens to be a guaranteed armor spawn over in this area, past the west of the broken bridge, near that Cavern of Fiends we were at. So I'm gonna head over there, and I'm just not gonna bother bringing a follower. The armor will be pretty easy to knock out. So I'll see you when I get there. Well, I'm down here past the broken bridge at this little NPC camp, and there is no longer an armorer here, unfortunately. We have a friendly Herald of Jevil Sag fighter who you can't actually knock out anyway, so that's unfortunate. Hopefully we have enough thick leather from killing that greater shellback boss. So let's head back to base. Alright, so I still want to finish the Thrall Taker journey, so I need to convert a crafter. And I'm at this little NPC camp by base. On this little island, here's the base. And there's usually a crafter of some sort over here. And some fighters. There's Blacksmith, good. No, it's not a Blacksmith 3. So let's kill the non-guys we want to knock out. Don't want to knock out. Ow. Might die here. Jeez. Not this guy right now. Jeez. Bleeding. So kill this guy. These things spawn at night. They're part of the sacred hunt event that's going on with chapter 4. Okay, now we've got it down to just the blacksmith. This guy will go down a lot easier because he's not a tier 4. Alright, so put this guy on the bindings and head back to base. Alright, so grabbing some gruel off of the campfire. Go drop this guy into the Wheel of Pain. Get that going. And that'll take a few minutes. I need to put a foundation down so that guy stops spawning. I keep having to fight him, although good way to get hide. Let me just dump stuff on him that I don't need right now. Okay. So now we want to gear up our fighter Thrall. Ciria the Mad. And that armor took iron bars. Like 40 or so per heavy padding, or per piece of armor. So we have 216 thick leather. I think that'll be enough for the padding. Let's see. Yep. 5 heavy padding. Perfect. Just enough. Well, that is unfortunate about the armor, because like I said, you can stick them on the tanner's table, and that gives you the stitch ability where you can take regular hide and stitch it into heavy hide. So hopefully we'll get an armor around here somewhere while I'm farming what's known as Sinner's Refuge in a couple episodes for crafter thralls. Otherwise we're going to have to really go out of the area to get heavy hide. Alright. So let's see. Hyper. There it goes. So boots. Hands. Helmet. Legs. And chest. What did I forget? Where is the 1, 2, 3, 4? Did it disappear? Oh, there it is. It's down here. Okay, so there she goes, looking pretty awesome. And let's see if our crafter is done. Our blacksmith. Looks like he is. And then assign a crafting thrall to a station. So put that on the, we'll put this on the blacksmith bench. And we finished Thrall Taker, which gives one of the best rewards of all the journeys. The purple Lotus orb recipe, which allows us to knock out passive thralls. And put them on the Wheel of Pain without them aggroing. It's very nice. Alright, so now we want to make our Thrall a weapon. We actually could have made her a better iron mace, but that's okay. This is better than her stone pike. Alright, so now she has 471 armor. She's going to do a lot more damage, and let's go kill some crocodiles. So yeah, and each piece of this armor gives 3% strength weapon damage, so that's a total of 15% boost, so that's nice. Yeah, she handled that gator very easily. Alright, so we did most of what we wanted to do today. We got our first fighter thrall, a named Noob River Tier 4 thrall. We were going to get an armor that usually had a guaranteed spawn down by the Shattered Bridge, but apparently they have taken that out of here, so unfortunately we can't stitch heavy hide anymore. Regular hide into heavy hide. But that's okay. We did have just enough heavy hide to make our Thrall her armor. And we did get a crafter just to finish the Thrall Taker journey, Blacksmith 2. So next time we will unlock steel and get some steel production going, make some steel tools and weapons. So thanks for watching. If you liked the episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.